Ladies and gentlemen, today is 23rd March. It is a solemn day that marks the undying spirit of freedom. Shaheed Divas or Martyrs Day is to honor the memory of one of India's greatest sons, Bhagat Singh, and his comrades Sukhdev and Rajguru, whose supreme sacrifice marks the day. But you must already be aware of this. What many of you might not know is about the details of the trial that took place before the conviction and hanging of these three freedom fighters. The trial of Bhagat Singh took place between late 1920s and early 1930s. Bhagat Singh was tried under British colonial rule for his involvement in revolutionary activities against the British Empire and occupation of India. Trial of Bhagat Singh is commonly known as the Lahore Conspiracy Case. This case revolves around two incidents. First, the murder of British police officer John Saunders in 1928, and second, the assembly bombing of 1929. Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and others were involved in the assassination of John Saunders. They had actually mistaken him for James Scott. They wanted to avenge the death of Lala Lajpat Rai, who, as you know, was a leading freedom fighter. James Scott had ordered a brutal lathi charge that led to the death of Lala Lajpat Rai. The second case, which is also known as the assembly bombing case, was in the year 1929. Bhagat Singh and his comrade Batukeshwar Dutt were charged for throwing bombs at the Central Legislative Assembly, Delhi. They threw non-lethal bombs in the Central Legislative Assembly to protest against the Public Safety Bill and the Trade Dispute Bill. Both these bills were aimed to curtail civil liberties. They threw leaflets that described the reason for their act, which was to make the deaf hear. They also shouted slogans of Inqilab Zindabad and Long Live Proletariat. Bhagat Singh and B.K. Dutt willingly surrendered themselves for arrest, even though they could have run away. They did this to use their court appearances to spread revolutionary ideas. Bhagat Singh had a different vision about the freedom of India when compared to the ideology of Mahatma Gandhi and other freedom fighters. Post this, Bhagat Singh and his comrades were arrested. The magistrate court framed charges under section 307 of IPC, that is for attempt to murder, and under Explosive Substances Act for the assembly bombing. Bhagat Singh and Dutt were accused of throwing bombs to kill or cause injuries to the King Majesty's subjects. The trial started in May 1929. The prosecution's star witness was Sergeant Terry, who said that a pistol had been found on Bhagat Singh's person when he was arrested in the assembly. This was not factually correct. In fact, Bhagat Singh had himself surrendered the pistol. The magistrate committed both the revolutionaries to the Sessions Court for trial. During the trial also, it was alleged that Bhagat Singh had fired his pistol while distributing the leaflets. Bhagat Singh was an eloquent young man who was only 23 years old at the time. During that short span of life, he had written a series of essays, and one prominent amongst them is titled "Why I Am an Atheist." In his statement before the court, he said that there was no motive to harm any being in the Parliament Assembly. He said that the motive was only to draw attention to their cause. Nonetheless, the court convicted both under Explosive Substances Act, and they were sentenced to life imprisonment. The judge rejected the plea that the bombs were deliberately low-intensity bombs meant to cause no harm. And now coming to the trial of Bhagat Singh with respect to the murder of Officer John Saunders. Bhagat Singh was sent to Mianwali jail and Dutt to Borsal jail in Lahore. One of the most moving aspects of the trial was the hunger strike undertaken by Bhagat Singh and Dutt in jail, demanding to be recognized and treated as political prisoners rather than common criminals. This hunger strike drew significant attention and support from across the country, highlighting the inhumane conditions faced by Indian prisoners and the political nature of their struggle. The hunger strike lasted for an unprecedented 116 days. When the British government realized that this fast had captured the attention of the people throughout the country, it decided to hurry up the trial. British government, apprehensive about the growing public sympathy, and to finish the trial at the earliest, set up a special tribunal for this case. It stripped the freedom fighters of their right to a public trial by jury as the system existed then. The tribunal consisted of 3 judges and the proceedings were conducted without the presence of a jury. Bhagat Singh and his comrades turned the courtroom into a political platform, making speeches and statements that resonated with the Indian public and further fueled the freedom movement. The special tribunal concluded the trial in less than a year, sentencing Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev and Rajguru to death by hanging. Others were sentenced to transportation for life and rigorous imprisonment. The case against B.K. Dutt was withdrawn as he had already been sentenced to transportation for life in the assembly bomb case. And finally, the three revolutionaries were executed on this day, that is 23rd March of 1931, by the British government. A defense committee was constituted in Punjab and an appeal was filed to the Privy Council against the sentence. This was titled Bhagat Singh versus the King Emperor, but it was dismissed. I would like to tell you, few years back, a petition was filed in the Lahore High Court demanding a review of the orders that had convicted Bhagat Singh. It also demanded an order to the Pakistan government to honor Bhagat Singh with posthumous state award. In May 2013, the matter was referred to the Chief Justice for the constitution of a larger bench. A two-judges bench was then constituted, but it sought a larger bench to hear the petition. In the most recent update, the Lahore High Court has raised an objection to reopen the Bhagat Singh case. The court has objected that the petition for the constitution of a larger bench is not maintainable. The court, however, has agreed to honor him with posthumous state awards. The life of Bhagat Singh is a profound lesson in courage, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit against oppression and curtailing freedom. He aimed for a country where every citizen could live with dignity, free from persecution based on religion, caste, or gender. His vision encompassed not only a nation liberated from British rule and oppression, but also one with empowered youth and unbiased leaders. We should remember that the freedom we earned is the result of sacrifice and sufferings of thousands of freedom fighters. Thus, it is imperative that we pledge to strengthen our democracy, exercise our rights responsibly, and uphold the principles of equality and justice for all. Thank you for watching LiveLaw. If you like this video, then do comment your views in the comment box. For more such content, do like our videos and make sure to share and subscribe.